city, and to find out that many of the members were living within 4 blocks of where I was living. Oh, I just saw the note that this is now on Facebook. Great. Okay. So just at the moment when I was ready to leave, that was this kind of moment that was just really kind of sad, but also amazing. So I'm wondering if you could share a little bit about that origin story, how you got started, and if you could share a little bit about that origin story, how you got started, and because I know there's been some transitions and because I know there's been some transitions and thinking about the values that are at the heart of the collective.
Yeah, I'll start, but Korina, please jump in because you've also been around since insemination. We started as a women's gathering at the American Indian Community House. And it was a lot of healing and celebration and joy. And after having that meeting, we spoke, a number of us afterward, about continuing doing that work. Spoke, a number of us afterward, about continuing doing that work together. So we were originally called the Indigenous Women's Collective, and Indigenous Women's Collective. And I think we did a lot of learning and educating with one another, and just holding space. I've been in Lenape-Hoking for 11 years, and it took me until 2 years ago to really find my people. Lenape-Hoking has the largest urban indigenous population, but we also are constantly battling the city of immigrants erasure narrative. And so I honestly didn't find folks that I related to until we had that gathering. And as we met more and more and just hung out and got to know each other better, and change to Indigenous Collective, because most of us don't, or not most of us, but many of us don't identify as women, including myself. And we've transformed together, and a lot of our work has related to direct action organizing, which we've done at the Whitney, at the American.
Coco, I think we have some people we need to acknowledge before we start. Can you maybe say some thank yous?
Yes, I want to thank the Shipibo Kanibo Center, Abu and Mateo. Thank you for inviting Maria, and then me, and then in the Indigenous Women.
So we have a lineup that we put together, a sort of showcase. We like to think of it as an offering, a gathering of members from our collective, which has been around for a short while. And you can identify us because we each have one of these whistles around our neck.
Yeah, IWC, where are you at? Oh.
I'd like to start by...
I would like to invite the founder of the Indigenous Women's Collective, Noel Altaha, to come up and please offer us a land acknowledgement. Thank you.
Well, do you want tobacco? Excuse me, I have to go do work now. Excuse me.
Thank you, everyone. Let me introduce myself before I begin, so y'all can know me and the folks that I'm bringing into the room. Dagotae Shushri Noel Altaha and San Shema Timothy Alta. Shema J. Blaskus when San Shitat Timothy Alta when San Takanishli, Tankukayishli, Shankahaya. Thank you all for letting me be here. I am, the name that was given to me is Noel Altaha. Please forgive the voice. I am overcoming a cold, so my voice is returning back to me. And like Maria said, I'm the founder of the Indigenous Women's Collective. Very blessed to have that birth here in Lenape-Hoking in October 2018. And so with that, I'll start. I'd like to acknowledge and send greetings to the original inhabitants and caretakers of this island, Manhattan, the Lene Lenape peoples of the Algonquin language family, along with the Canarsie and Munsee and many other Native nations who have called this place home. It is important that we acknowledge the folks who were here from time immemorial, from the time that they're older than this country. So it's very important that we acknowledge that. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to my co-leader, Regan, for offering some tobacco.
Something happened. So I guess I'm talking. As Noel said, I'm laying down some tobacco. I'm going to step outside and do it too because it really should touch the earth, not just this wood, plywood, I don't know, floor. But yeah, as Noel said, we are part of the Indigenous Women's Collective, which is a collective of Indigenous women and femme non-binary people who are looking to make some changes and advocate for ourselves within Manhattan here on Lenape-Hoking. So thank you so much for having us in the space. Yakoke Atek, Yakoke Nakfi, thank you, thank you Creator, thank you Mother Earth for having us here today, for bringing our ancestors in the room.
Can you tell us how long the collective has been around for?
Since October 2018.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside. Bye.
Okay, love you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we'd like to invite our next speaker up. Tana. Tana Partino.
On the MTA subways with the FTP movement. And so what started as like a call in to heal and be around each other has become a group in solidarity with one another. And sometimes we butt heads, and sometimes I want to punch everyone in the face, and sometimes people want to punch me in the face. But in the end, we're like all in true, I believe in true solidarity with one another, where we're growing and healing, and that healing, and that manifests in different ways. It manifests in, you know, us being on panels. It manifests in us doing teach-ins. It manifests in us being on the street. Like it's taken many different forms, and so I'm thankful for it, that it's that we've all been willing to kind of like ebb and flow with one another. But yeah, I think that's like the quick synopsis of kind of like where we started and where we've gone, and also our trajectory has changed many a time, and it's exciting to see that all of us can do different work within indigenizing spaces.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. We, as individuals, we're all very multifaceted and multidisciplinary. So it's only natural that has evolved into what the into what the collective has become. And the support that is given and received has really kind of created this like great trajectory, I guess, of like us lifting each other up and really cheering each other on, and then also giving accountability to each other, and realizing when we've made mistakes, and it really is being a part of a greater family, and this concept of all my relations. But